We did it again. Hello, my name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset. In particular, scarcity. That sounds like something that you're into. Please stay. You're in the right place. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, share, hit any button down below. I promise you it won't hurt a thing. Thumbs up the video, share the video, hit the thumbs down. We don't care. All of it sends a message to the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, that this is content that people want to see. If you've been here before, welcome back, my family. Welcome back, my friends. I think we have solved the dropping issue. I promise you, I don't know what it was. I had my whole computer wiped and now I'm in a different space. So it could have been my computer. It could have been the internet where I was in Chiang Mai, which is probably the culprit. Because when I tell y'all, I had the internet that you plug into the wall. It was primitive. We're just gonna leave it at that. It was only $15 a month. So you know what you expect. I couldn't even complain. How you gonna complain about $15 internet? I didn't have the audacity. I didn't even want to walk in on my privilege. So I just accepted that that's what it was. Hey, let's see who all is here. Hey, Tea Time Beauty. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Trading EG. That's my buddy. Oh my goodness. If y'all want to learn how to trade credit spreads, you want to make your life easy. We made money so fast last night. It wasn't even funny. Look, C Temp knows what she's talking about. Hey, Tanya. Did I say hey to Mimi and Kathy? I'm just rolling back through the comments, y'all. Hey, L. Hey, Mara. That's my soul twin. Mara and I have so much in common. Hey, Brenda. And D, good to see you. Simplify and thrive. Hello, everybody. Well, I'm glad y'all are here this morning. Lord Jesus, I want to help y'all. I want to help y'all not do the same silly stuff that I did. But before we do all of that, I have to share. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to behave now that we're not trading. Because generally, my lives are all about trading, investing, and all of that stuff. And there's business at hand. Hey, Maya, there's business and we don't have time to chit chat when there's money on the table. But have y'all been watching NVIDIA? NVIDIA is, look, I have my by me. I'm sorry. That's how serious it is. Even though it's after hours and there's nothing I can do. Oh, have I enjoyed watching Miss NVIDIA roll up to $800 a share? Y'all know I told you I didn't buy a lot, but I bought some. I got my first share around 500 and something dollars. So to see that joint run up to $800, y'all know I was shaking my shimmy. Whew. And then I purchased two more shares. It has been an ordeal to stay in that. I won't even call it, well, I won't even call it a trade because I've been in it and I may hold on to those. So I know that orange background, girl. I'm learning how to use the features on StreamYard. So okay, so we got the money thing out of the way. Y'all, if you haven't signed up to start investing and learning to trade, I don't know what y'all waiting on because the market is red hot. Red hot, red hot. Everything was up last night. So it was a good night. It was an easy night. Even though we traded credit spreads last night with CTEM. CTEM has a class to teach you how to do credit spreads. I'm telling y'all, it's easier. It's easier than what we've been doing in the past, naked calls and naked puts. Anyway, I digress. Can we talk about just for a second this dental work? Y'all know before I left Chiang Mai, I had to go back. I go basically once a month. So this whole dental process, I don't know, it's been going on for 4 months now. But you know, I'm getting an implant. I'm not gonna even show y'all because I chuckle every time I look in the mirror myself. I chuckle. I notice that when I'm talking, people look at me like something's off. Why is this bridge getting bigger and wider in the front? I would show y'all, but I'm just cannot. You'll catch it. You'll catch it in a video. Every time I go back, this is the second, I'm getting this implant, and so they had to do bone grafting. And while that heals, they give you like this flipper, they give you the fakies. They give you the fake and shakes. I'm telling all my business. They give you the fake and shakes to protect the, I guess, I don't know. Do I really know? I do know this. I do know that this one is way whiter than the one before. And I noticed that these teeth were a little bit bigger because I'm having such a hard time talking. I think I have 2 to 3 more months before the entire process is done. My only theory is I'm also the dentist is also whitening. He gave me this whole whitening kit. So I feel like these 2 teeth in the front are like the lead horse. He makes them whiter every time to encourage me to keep using my whitening. You have to do that whitening thing at night. Hey, everybody. So I don't know. I know one thing. I noticed it. If I notice it, I notice somebody else has to notice it too. So that the whole dentist thing has been the dentist is great. It's just not one of my favorite things to do. So that gets you caught up on that. So I did my last appointment. That probably has something to do with what this video is all about because I had my appointment like the day before I was due to travel. And I know better than that because the day before I travel, I like to dedicate that day to nothing but packing, checking and double checking all the arrangements. I check the ground transportation. I do all of that stuff. And you didn't notice, Elle? I am in Malaysia now. I'm in Penang. And when I tell y'all it's beautiful, I'm gonna have to show y'all. Okay. Y'all know this is just talk time for me because I ain't had no time to talk to my buddies. Let me show y'all. The view from this joint is gorgeous. But we'll get to that too. Because y'all know Airbnb is like they are the fake and shake in the hospitality industry. So I don't know if y'all can see it. When I tell you the view in this place is nothing short. On that side, you have the sea. On this side, you have mountains. And the place, y'all come walk with me. The place is cute too. It's huge. This is very different. We'll get into all of this. The accommodations here, the apartments are very different from the apartments in Thailand. In Thailand, things tend to be more compact. They tend to be smaller. When I tell you, I don't know if these are 11 feet, 15 feet ceiling. I don't know. But I know when I walked in, I was like, okay, okay. Until I went in those bedrooms and saw those sketchy sheets and towels. That's what we got to talk about because y'all know I didn't have time. I had to repack. I think everybody caught that first video. I had to slow down because there's so much I want to tell y'all. I had to repack. I had my suitcase. I had everything. Y'all know I travel with sheets, towels, hair products, the whole shebangity boodle. Not this time. This time I got a backpack. I'm a backpacker. Not my favorite way to travel. So I didn't have my sheets and towels. And when I got in here and saw those sketchy sheets, I was so sad because I couldn't bring my sheets with me, or I could have. That's a mistake. I'll tell y'all about that mistake. The mistake was I could have at least packed my top sheet. I did pack my silky bed thing I told y'all to get, silky liner. So I did have that, but I should have had at least my top sheet. So that's y'all can put that as mistake number two. My packing was totally off. Mistake number one was not checking my baggage allowance. Always check your baggage allowance, y'all, before you get on the road. And number two was repacking at the last minute and not, I don't know how to pack a backpack. I never traveled like that. So it was a hot ass mess. I said what I said. I was just throwing stuff in the backpack. I tell you what I did make sure. I made sure I had undies and I made sure I had my brush and my toothbrush. The rest of it was hit or miss. I was just throwing stuff in. Okay, so let me show y'all. This is very different. In Thailand, you would never, I mean, not never. Like in Bangkok, the apartments are bigger, but in Chiang Mai, where I am, it's kind of it's I don't know who's to say, but this joint is 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. I don't think I paid attention to that. So I'm just gonna walk y'all around. But pay attention to the sketchy sheets. I haven't slept in any of these beds. I've been sleeping on the couch in my silky bed liner. Okay, so this is bedroom number one. This is what got me. Y'all know I'm a sucker for a view. You got views from these beds. I was like, okay, I can do that. But look, it's stuff like this. I don't usually book Airbnb, period, because of this. Look at this. What is that? Hmm, what looks? But it's cute. And then there's a bathroom. I don't know if y'all can see. I don't know. But it's sweet. It's sweet. It's sweet. Then the kitchen is very unusual. I'll show you the other bedroom. I don't know if y'all can see, because I am not the best cameraman. I do not know. But this is what suckered me in. All the beautiful views. And I'm talking, I love a floor to ceiling window because I need natural light to shoot videos. And so I always look for places with natural light. So the natural light is what suckered me in. And then the bathroom, the tub. Not that I would ever get in a tub. Let's be clear. I don't know if y'all can see that tub. I don't. I'm not sitting down in nothing. Y'all be lucky to get me in a pool. And then the door. That was sketchy to me. I don't know if y'all can even see that. That door was sketchy, so I haven't even used that shower. So this place, while it's big and it's bright and it's well equipped, the sanitation part, gives me the little creepy creepies. Here's another bathroom, which is cool. Can y'all see that? I don't know. Anyway, so it's got a real fancy tub. So it's 3 bathrooms. I really could have had somebody stay with me. And then the kitchen is really cool. But this is what I found so odd, y'all, is that you've got the oven and stuff here, but behind these doors is like the cooktop and another sink in the microwave. And out there is the washing machine. So when I say the space, it's great space and it's very reasonably priced. Um, I'm funny. I'm funny about sheets. I'm funny about towels. That's why I pack my own. And so that was mistake number two. You gotta have more than one packing style. I'm not the kid. I usually, I understand. I usually pack the max, whatever I usually know what the baggage allowance is. And I've flown Air Asia. It's just kind of my go-to now because they're reasonably priced. I know this place is huge. It's huge. And when I tell you, I love it. I feel at peace in the space. The building is safe. It's a very modern building. I don't know, 38 stories. It's a pool, a gym. It's got all the amenities. It's got all the trappings. But with Airbnb, you all know each one of these units is owned by a separate owner. And this one, and listen, the couch, I itch when I think about it. I haven't sat on anything except for this leather chair. Seriously, the couch is fabric. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I've been sleeping and sitting on everything. Anything that's a fabric surface, I did one thing right. Get you that silk. Mine is like a queen size, I think, but it's a silk sleeping thing. It's in my hey Tasha, it's in my Amazon store. Yes, but it's a whole big old sleeping silk liner, and you literally put it on the bed. It's big enough to cover the bed, and it's got this pouch like compartment for the pillows, so you never touch any of the stuff. But y'all, here's the deal. There is a washing machine, so I did wash the towels. I just didn't feel like stripping those beds and washing all of the sheets. So for the first 2 nights, I just snuggled up in my silk liner and slept on the couch. So I haven't had real rest. Don't pay attention to these bags under my eyes and these puffs on my eyeballs. But yes, so mistake number 1 was not checking and triple checking all of the arrangements. Not the day before, 2 or 3 days in advance. You should do that because it gives you time to make any adjustments. Hey, Jay and Tasha. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, sister. Lord, the place is big, girl. It's cute. They got, it's cute. It's the picture sucker me in. It was the view. I sucker for a view. So, well, I say it's not tragic because there is a washing machine and they have all the, detergent. But I had to go across the street because there's a grocery store. It's very conveniently located. I thought I did my due diligence, but that's why I don't book Airbnb because you can never tell about those things. You can never tell with Airbnb, and the pictures can be deceptive. And I want to say this little yellow chair over here, all these cloth fabric surfaces to me are just sketchy. They're sketchy. And so I'm not quite, yeah. If I were in a hotel, which I would normally do, so here's how you circumvent that. Y'all, I don't usually book Airbnb. I'm done with Airbnb. Y'all, we stayed at the Airbnb in Mexico. When I tell you it should have been condemned, y'all probably remember this when we were in Cancun, when we went to the Exodus Summit meetup, and when it was in Cancun, you know how you put those little blue toilet tablets or the stuff in your toilet to keep your toilet bowl fresh and it's blue? How about when we turned on the water in the sink, the blue water from the toilet was coming out the sink? I was doing Airbnb. You don't ever have to worry about me doing Airbnb again. I can count on one hand. Is this the first? I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I booked an Airbnb because it's not my jam anymore. So usually I book a hotel. So here's how you circumvent that faux pas. I usually book a hotel for 2 or 3 days, not long stay. And I'm gonna be out here for a long time. I usually book, hey, tea time. I usually book for 2 or 3 days. And then that way I can learn the lay of the land in those 2 or 3 days. I get to judge the hotel. With a hotel, you have so much more leeway. Because if you go in a hotel and the sheets are sketchy, you can go right down to the desk and be like, you know what? I don't think I like this one. Can you put me in another room? Now, they might give you some pushback, but you have recourse. I don't have no recourse. Not only did I book Airbnb, y'all. Hey, Dr. Donna. Not only did I book through Airbnb, I booked for a solid week. I am not about to fuss and fight. So I have had to wash my own sheets, wash my own towels. There is a mall across the street. I said, I'm just going to roll over there and buy me another set of sheets just because I'm going to be, I'm going to be out here a while. So, do we need to recap? Mistake number one, this is the rookiest mistake, and I don't ever do this. I don't like to do anything at the last minute. But because, yeah, I prefer hotels too. I don't like to do anything at the last minute. Travel has to be planned. Planning is how you avoid all of this stuff. Being prepared and making a list and checking it twice, like Santa Claus. That's how you avoid all the nonsense. So anyway, I didn't do that because I was preoccupied with getting my bunny teeth. When I tell y'all these is bunny teeth up front, the first one that he put in was better, but I think I promise y'all this one is so white. It's so white. It's bright as the sun. But I swear I think the man is trying to encourage me to use my overnight. What is that Zoom whitening thing where they hit you with the tray and all that stuff? But I believe that was it. I think that's what's at bay or what's at play. So y'all, I didn't do mine because I had my dentist appointment and I'm anxious about the dentist. I don't know anybody else anxious about the dentist. Ooh, not my favorite thing. I promise you, I'm in there white knuckling it the whole time. I'm holding on to he knows. So now he shoots me up right away with medication. He's like, yeah, we know. You got anxiety. We know. But I think the days leading up to my departure, I was more focused on that for whatever reason. That thing just has me, "Ugh." I'll be glad when it's over. So you always double check, triple check. all of the arrangements, not just your flight, but your accommodations and your ground transportation. So I'm gonna tell y'all some things I did right at the end because there were some things that I did right. One of the things I did right, and I'm gonna tell you this one right up front, is you have to keep a positive attitude. You do. If I had let that thing, trust me, I was in a panic because I called about midnight. My flight, I was supposed to be out the house at 8 o'clock that morning. I called about midnight to check on the baggage thing. It just hit me. It's like, girl, check on your baggage thing. So what went wrong there is I was discombobulated. Once it's midnight, I'm up 2 a.m. trying to repack all this stuff. That was a hot mess. But what I did do was keep a good attitude about it because, I mean, these are first world problems, y'all. I'm sorry, we're doing a whole video about first world problems. People got real problems out here in the world. There's poverty, sickness, there's all a ton of stuff. So that is never lost on me. Gratitude, always being grateful because it is a privilege to have that passport. It is a privilege to be able to jump on a plane, whether it's with a backpack or a suitcase. And I don't ever lose sight of that. I think being in America, you could lose sight of your privilege. And being out here in the world and watching how other people live and what we take for granted, girls and boys, that little faux pas, it threw me because I'm a planner, but it wasn't going to dampen this opportunity to come and see another beautiful country. And when I tell y'all off in the distance, it's incredible. You have the sea. I want to say it's the South China Sea. Don't quote me because my geography is a little rusty. Hey, that. Yep, these are first world problems. And God is my witness. I'm not that girl. I'm not that. Travel has taught me that we enjoy a world class standard of living in the US. And I think sometimes we get comfortable there and we don't even realize that we're operating out of privilege. We know who the privileged puppets are, but we also benefit from having that blue passport. And so I don't ever want to enter a space on privilege. With that, I check my privilege at the door. That's why I wouldn't complain even about this place because it's not customary for countries in Southeast Asia and some in Europe to have dryers. There's a washing machine. I'm grateful for the washing machine, y'all. There's detergent and cleaners and all of that stuff. I'm grateful. Were those sheets sketchy? Yes, ma'am. Have I slept in those beds? No, ma'am. I have not. I can't bring myself to get in those beds until I strip them and go buy my own sheets. And when I go, I'm gonna roll over here today and buy my own sheets. Then I'll relax. But for now, I've been couch surfing in my own Airbnb. And when I tell you it's 3 beds in here, 3 big beds, it is what it is. So you all always check, double check, particularly your baggage allowance. Get a scale so that you weigh your luggage. You don't want to get to the airport and realize that you're 5 pounds overweight. Because the worst thing is, it is better to pay for luggage before you get to the airport. Because when you get to the airport, oh baby, they love it. I think it's lunch money. I think it's lunch money for the crew because the price is insane. I told y'all my story when I went to Koh Samui, and this was my first time. I knew I was overpacked. I knew it. I knew it. And they charged me $300 for that overweight luggage. Never again. So this time I wasn't having it. When I realized I was not, my baggage was off, I so quickly converted to a backpacker. I was like, oh no, boo, you're gonna be a backpacker on this trip because I was not going. I got the airfare. The whole point of having a little place that you can call home here and satelliting and traveling in the region. The whole point is so that you can save money on those regional carriers. I only paid like $100 and something for the ticket. I was not about to give them lunch money and dinner money for some luggage. Not having it. I was not going to have it. So, yeah, I did have my, okay. So, we know you need to double check, need to triple check. You need to get a scale. You need to, how about this one? Y'all, I don't know about you. I'm done with Airbnb. I am done with Airbnb. I don't care how beautiful they are. It's just always hit or miss. So even though I checked the place and it was beautiful, I probably could have read deeper down into those comments. I'm sure somebody mentioned in those comments because usually there's one traveler that will kind of give you a hint that okay, it's beautiful, but it's a little got a little wear and tear. I didn't do that either. I went with this new designation. Hey, Sparkling Jewel. I went with this new designation. It's called Traveler's Choice. And it's supposed to be, there's a Lux and there's a Traveler's Choice or whatever it is. And so I clicked that thinking I'm good, because if it's a Traveler's Choice, it's got to be okay. Not so, not so. So that was that, y'all. Then, okay, let's go on to the next one. I might as well get all this out the way. I know better than this. I have a bag with all of my adapters, all of the plugs. I have it all. I'm not a new traveler. How about I didn't pack my bag? I have been, this is the charger to my laptop. It's doing double duty charging this Glocal Me thing, the wireless hotspot. I didn't have my international um, plug adapter. I had to go buy that. Y'all, you need that. If you do not have an international plug adapter. Usually they're like 5 in 1, a 6 in 1, where they'll tell you the countries. Like there's one for Europe, there's one for Southeast Asia. I want to say, well, the US plug is different. It's the two prong. So there's the two prong flats from the US. Then there is the one that I use in Thailand. It's just a round. They're like two round circular prongs. That's a two prong. And then in Europe, there are the three prong ones. And there's another one. If you do not have an international, and I don't mean, don't get all the little ones separately. Get the one that it's going to cost you a little bit more, but get the one that has all of it. So I had to wind up buying a new international plug adapter. However, this one I got is fancy because not only does it have all of the countries, it covers 240 something countries, it also has USB, two USB outlets. So that saved me, but that's money. I got all that stuff at home. So that is my second piece of advice. Don't be like me. Don't forget that because if you're traveling internationally, you never really know what you're going to encounter. Because I made the assumption that Malaysia is so close to Thailand, oh, it must be the same plug. No, it is not. It's a totally different plug. So make sure that you have that too. And you guys, another thing that I did, and you do this at home, especially if you're in your home country, it's so much easier to do. This one would have been tricky for me. Making sure, if you can, that you have currency of the country that you're going to. Make sure before you leave home, particularly if you're traveling internationally, go to your bank days in advance, weeks in advance, even because it takes time for them to get that money to you. Get currency for the country that you're going to visit. It will save you because, yes, you can get currency in the airport. Yes, you can get currency at the money changers, but you're going to pay for that. And you never know what you're going to pay. You don't know your cost. So I didn't really know how to do that in Thailand. I'm sure I could have gone to a bank. Malaysia it's a close neighbor. They share a border. I'm sure I could have secured currency. So guess what I had to do? Hey, Winsome, guess what I had to do? I had to have the guy who picked me up from the airport take me to the mall so I could find an ATM because I didn't even have money to tip the man. And he had been so kind. So you all secure your currency before because you want to be able to hit the ground running. You might be hungry. Maybe you want a snack. Maybe when you get off the plane, you're parched and you would like water. Because you're not traveling with water on the plane necessarily. Although you could do that. You could get a bottle of water before you get off the plane so you don't get parched like I was. So I had to do that. I had to have him drop me off. Of course, that cost me a premium because when somebody does a specialized service for you like that, you want to take care of them. And so I paid him double what the ride was from the airport. I paid him that again because he took me an additional step and he waited for me. Okay. So listen, we got all of that out of the way. I'm trying to think what else did I do that was so jacked up. Y'all know the packing was way off. I didn't have money. I did not have the right electrical chargers. I'm out here on a wing and a prayer with three pair of panties. No, I got three dresses, two pair of shorts, one pair of shoes. It's but I will say this. I'm gonna skip through because we're not gonna be here all night on this video. I just wanted to let y'all know, number one, I made it here safely too. Yep. Oh, and get a currency converter. Have that on your phone. Of course, everybody knows to have your Google Translate on your phone. I did have that. Make sure you have a currency converter on your phone so that when you hit the ground, you already kind of know. Everybody, I think everybody knows that stuff. Yep. Don't fool around with Airbnb, y'all. I'm gonna scroll through the chat. Yeah, get the currency from the bank. You will save money. And I know I've said this to you guys before. When you go to the ATM, you always decline the conversion because you don't even know it. It's a mystery conversion. Sometimes they'll put it up there, but many times it's a mystery. Your bank will always do you better, in my experience. Now, they're no hard and truth ask anything. But in my experience, that's what it's always done. Y'all don't forget, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Share the video. Yvette says, I used to be like that also until I lived in Haiti for 7 months. I never complained again. Yep, I don't complain. Y'all know that is the that is a very American, it's a very European, Western world view. Most people who live outside of the highly modernized, technologically connected US and Canada and all that, we really do enjoy a standard of living that I think spoils you. Check your privilege. So that was something I always do. I know how to check my privilege. I don't bring that with me. I always try to keep a good attitude no matter what is happening. Because again, I'm in a beautiful place with mountains and sea and greenery and wonderful people, different food. Why would I bring that angst with me? That doesn't make any sense. Some other things that I did right, I tell you what I did not miss. I did not miss that silk liner. I made sure I had that silk liner. That was a lifesaver. Um, I made sure the money thing is always right and tight. So I think maybe my attention was in the right place because you got to have a good attitude. You got to make sure that the financial thing is okay. Because what I discovered, and I've shared this with you all before, you can always buy those things. Like wasn't able to bring all of my hair supplies. I found a pharmacy that had the exact conditioner that I left at home. So I was able to purchase that. I was able to purchase the electrical outlet. So just to make sure if anything goes wrong, money can't make you happy. I am not a proponent of that. I'm not that girl either. Money doesn't make you happy. Gucci bags and Gucci belts don't make me happy. But when I tell you money can solve a whole lot of problems, money can solve a whole lot of problems. And so it has cost me more because I'm making up for those things. Like I had to pay the taxi driver more because I had to go get currency. I had to pay for electrical equipment and adapters that I already owned. I've got to go buy sheets and towels, stuff that I already have. But having those, having your credit card, your favorite points credit card, having your debit card, having cash currency, and I do advise when you get on the ground, get money. Do not slap your credit card around in foreign countries. Do not go slapping your ATM card down. Or I'm even leery about tapping my phone, because here you can tap your card. I want to say you can tap your phone too. I don't do those things because it just leaves you open. I hit the ATM. I even asked the taxi driver, like what's a good amount of money? I trusted this dude. He was he we I've always booked through booking.com. So that you can kind of tell who you're going to get. You know who you're going to get up before. I'll tell you about that too. And so I got an appropriate amount of cash, and I have just been paying for everything with cash. Put your cards away. Do not go out. Make sure that there's a safe so that you can lock your passport up, you lock your cards up, you lock up all your important documents. It's as safe as you can be. Would somebody be able to get into that safe? Maybe not housekeeping. And here in Airbnb, I don't have to worry about housekeeping, but lock your stuff away. You don't want to lose your travel documents while you're away. That's a disaster. So I did do those things correctly. I mean, I did some things right. They didn't have an ATM at the airport. Yes, I don't use those. I don't do anything in the airport. Everything in the airport's going to be at a premium. I don't get my SIM card at the airport. I come outside. I go to where the locals go. I went right to this mall, to the grocery store, because you're going to pay what locals pay for a SIM card. I think for the whole month, it might have been 10, I don't know, $10. I don't know. It was something very reasonable. Let me see. I can tell you what it was. Hold on. It was, let me tell you, because I've got my currency converter here. Yeah, it was 50 ringgit. Yeah, it's ringgit is the currency in Malaysia. And for my monthly plan and my SIM card, it was 50 ringgit. And that comes to $10. So I'm not mad about that. I always get a SIM card when I get to the country that I'm traveling in because it gives you unlimited texting. You know, you can do WhatsApp, data, and some countries use Line, whatever it is, whatever their local chatting app is, you want to have that because most people will be communicating with you through that. So I have Line and WhatsApp and all that other stuff on my phone already. Those are some things that I did right. I did research before I came out of the house. I'm telling y'all, the only thing that jacked me up was the whole packing thing and booking Airbnb. Those were the two biggest faux pas. And then not getting currency. So there were three things that I did that have cost me money in the end by not double checking and triple checking everything, baggage allowance, flight times, and all that other stuff. But another thing that I did right was, and I told you all this before, I go through booking.com. I always, if I'm arriving in a country where I've never been to the airport before, even if I've been to the airport before, I book ground transportation. You know those people who stand out there with the sign with your name on it? I'm gonna need that every time. I'm going to need you to be there to pick me up from the airport. I don't want to wander around to find where the Uber and Lyft and the all that grab. I don't want to wander around. I did that. I did that when I went to. I thought I could figure it out. It might have been Vietnam. It might have been Cambodia. Lesson learned. Never, that is not an option for me. I always go through booking.com and I promise y'all, I have never paid more than 20, $25. And when I tell you they send the good cars, y'all load booking.com. If you're not using it, I don't use it for everything, but I always use it for booking ground transportation. Now, when I'm getting ready to leave the country, I don't do that. I take Grab. I take the cheapest way to the airport, which is usually Grab or Uber, Lyft, whatever the ride share is in that country. I use that to go back because they're gonna drop you right off at departures. But coming in, I don't want to try to figure out where the Uber is. It says, do not use your card is new to me. How does that work for longer stays? Does the country matter? This is just a personal preference. Here's what I learned in Mexico, and I'm just saying it happened. It's verifiable. This happened. We were all out to dinner in Talakipaki, cute little town, cute, cute, cute. Had a great time. The meal was so, but when we went to the restaurant, I already knew to pay with cash. But one of the ladies that I was with, she paid with her credit card, and the server asked her for her driver's license. I think everybody at the table kind of went, hmm. But she gave her, she had to pay for the meal. So she gave the waiter her driver's license number. Do you all know we did not get out of, we didn't get the meal. We finished the meal. Before we could get in our transportation to leave Laki Paki, they were running her card. Her phone was blowing up, ting, 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 ting. I just don't think it is worth it. I'm here on a long stay. I go to the ATM. Make sure that ATM card that reimburses you for ATM expenses, any expenses. So Charles Schwab has a card that does that. Fidelity, I want to say Capital One, Navy Federal. There are plenty of debit cards that you can use to get money out of the bank where you don't pay international fees. I tell you one that's not one, Bank of America. Don't, who they will eat you up in international fees, and they are not quick to reimburse those fees. And I've been with that bank for over almost 30 years. And so we're parting ways over that very thing. Hey D, y'all should see D made a post. D said listed out. I said, D, dang, I ain't have to do this video because D listed out all the things. Now, one of the things that I didn't do was overbook. Y'all don't do that either, where you try to get to 4 countries in a month. That I'm telling you, it's just going to eat into your experience. So another thing that I did right is my schedule is open-ended. I don't necessarily have a time. I don't have a schedule. If you have the luxury of doing that, I do realize that's a luxury. That ain't even a privilege. That's a luxury to have an open-ended itinerary. I don't have a return ticket. We'll talk about that too. Because sometimes when you're traveling internationally, a country will ask you, do you have an onward ticket or a return ticket? And the guy did kind of hint at that, but he saw that passport. I was like, sir, you already know. I'm going to be country hopping and country bopping. So don't even ask me about an onward ticket. But if you do need to get an onward ticket, I am not telling anybody how to do anything illegally. But let me just drop this gem on you. If you book, and this is just, because the clear people be watching and the clear people will tell on you. If you book through Expedia, you have 24 hours to cancel with no fee. That's why I book my flights through Expedia. So these are the apps I use. I use Booking to always book ground transportation. Because when I tell y'all they send good cars, I have been picked up in luxury vans. It's amazing. I've been picked up, I'm talking about in some nice cars, and they treat you well. I don't know how they do it. It's the best ground transportation I've experienced. So I always book my ground transportation through Booking, and it's always very reasonable. It's a little bit more than, say, rideshare, but it's worth every penny. I've never been disappointed. I have never had them pick me up and I was like, this car is sketchy. Mm-mm. I've had some sketchy grabs, I've had some sketchy Ubers, but never through booking.com. I always book my flights through Expedia because they have that 24-hour cancellation period. Y'all get my drift. If you need an onward ticket and you're not sure. So, I always do that. And then accommodations, it just depends. Like I did Airbnb this time. I won't be doing Airbnb again. Normally, I check between Expedia, Agoda, and Booking, and then just see where I can get the best accommodation. So those are the three that are in my those apps stay in heavy rotation for me. And Klook is a new one. If you guys are looking to book experiences, I will tell you what I do use Airbnb for. Experiences. Airbnb has great experiences because generally those are locals. All of the Airbnb experiences I've booked, I've never had a bad one. The local tours, food tours, city tours. Usually you're going to get a local, and I like that. I like knowing that it's not some big company because you'll be able to see in the Airbnb description. So yeah, those are in heavy rotation for me. Those 4 apps are, and I'll go over them again. 4 apps that I use to make my travel life simple. One, I book my flights through Expedia. Two, I book my ground transportation through booking.com. They send the best transportation. Three, I use Airbnb to book experiences. They really do good experiences. And I just learned about Klook. It's Klook, and they do all kinds of tours and stuff too. So those are 4 apps right out the bat that you can use to help make your travel life just a little bit easier. Let me see if there's any other questions. I see what you mean. Thanks. Oh yeah, Chanel, you don't want to slap your card around. No, ma'am. It's inviting trouble. I would much rather go get enough cash to last me a week. Make sure be safe, put what you don't need in a safe, lock it up, and carry just the cash that you need. And plus, in some countries, they want cash. Small mom and pop shops, the places I like to frequent, you want to eat with locals. Many of those places don't even accept a card. So you want to make sure that you have what they call small money too. Lord, Lord. Once you start traveling, I'm telling you, you'll pick it up. You pick it up really easily. So I keep small money, coins if I can, to make sure that it's easy for them. Most mom and pop shops, they're not going to have change for those big bills because things are pretty inexpensive here in Southeast Asia. So that's another tip too. Do you guys have some travel hacks or travel tips that you use? I'd be curious to know. I'm going to scroll through the chat and just see. XE, oh, look. XE is a good currency conversion. I use whatever. I have a couple on my phone, but thank you. I just need one that is going to convert the money. Let's see. I always get currency. Yep. Yep. That's a wonderful travel hack, you all. Everybody, if you don't, before you leave your home country, if you're about to travel abroad, please do yourself a favor. Make sure that you go to your bank because they're probably going to give you the best rate and purchase currency. Before I left the US, I knew I was going to go to Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia. And I got all three of those currencies before I left. It was way less expensive than trying to get them at the airport. The airport and money exchanges are probably, in my experience, going to be the worst. Use an ATM and always decline the conversion fee. Okay, let's all do our part. Let's see. I used to be like that too. I don't blame you. Ugh. Y'all know the cleaning. That the only thing with Airbnb is that it's just hit or miss on the cleaning. Um. Oh, Mimi, are you anxious too? I'm so anxious about dental visits. I don't like anything about it. Yep, yep. When I tell y'all, I'm literally clutching the sides of the chair. I'm white knuckling it. The man already knows. When he sees me coming, he just prepares a shot. He's like, "Yep, let's just give her, let's just give her the shot." Yeah. Yep, Tanya. Yep. Hotels, you have the best chance of recourse. So my advice around that is it's risky Airbnb can be hit or miss. But if you stay with a reputable hotel chain, they don't want any bad press. They don't want bad reviews. They're going to fight extra hard to make sure that you're pleased. And so, of course, I always go pleasantly and I ask this way. I say, would you be willing to it takes some of you who's going to be combative with somebody who says, would you be willing to move me to another room? I'm not really pleased with the whatever, or this isn't really what I was expecting. What are they going to do? Either they're willing to or they aren't. And so I find saying, would you be willing to, or can we reach a compromise in this or that? You know how to do it. Finesse, finesse, finesse. I can't wait to join the Asian streets. I'm telling you, you need to get out here. Southeast Asia, you guys, get the Southeast Asia travel guide. You might as well get it because I'm about to update it. I'm going to put in all of the Malaysia stuff. So, all the girlies who already got it, it's got 4 countries so far. I'm going to add Malaysia. The Southeast Asia travel guide is $9.99. It covers Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Laos. The beautiful thing about a digital download is I can update it. And as I travel, you get the benefit of that. Where else? Who else is going to update you for $9.99? Who else is going to give you a product that expands? So as I travel, that's because I love mine. I tell y'all all the time I don't have subscribers. Everybody in this chat I know. And if I don't know you, I'm gonna get to know you because that's just how it works in YouTube. You find your tribe, and it's the same people. It's the same 30, 40 people to be in the chat. I know these people. These are my folks. So I'm going to do that. I'll update it with all of the Malaysia stuff. And then I think it's already got the apps, but I'll put all that stuff in there, y'all. Okay. I came in midway, so you just saw the place. Tasha, it's cute. It's cute, but mm, I don't know. I'm funny. Who said this? I'm real funny about sheets and towels. I'm telling you. And I always travel with shower shoes. So here's another travel hack, y'all. If you don't know, I wear Tevas. And Teva is a great walking sandal. They've got three or four. It's a very basic shoe line, but they have some that are super thin. I don't like those because I've walked those out. I like Tevas. They have a thicker, like it's not memory foam, but it's a foam sole. Great for shock absorption. You can walk in them all day. They've got adjustable straps, but they can also double as shower shoes because you can get those shoes wet. So I always, 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 if I had to pick just one pair of shoes, which I did, I picked my Tevas because I can walk in them for days. They're adjustable. They can also double as shower shoes. And everybody in the world knows I haven't walked on a shower floor since I left the US. Not even where I live now. I've been in that apartment for months. No, I do not put my feet on tile. Mm-mm. It has to be so super sanitized. So y'all know I'm even breaking my own rule today because I'm walking on this floor barefoot. Usually I put my footies on. Um, what does that say? Yes, I just used the same top in my Airbnb, brand spanking new. Yeah, if this was a brand spanking new Airbnb, that would be something different. Although I've had some good Airbnb experiences, the ones that I've had were so traumatic that I'm just not into it. I'm not into it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not going to risk it anymore. Yep. Marilyn said, I've worn and owned for decades Tevas. Get you a pair. If you're going to be out in these travel streets, get you a pair of Tevas. They're the walking sandals. When I tell you, I think I might be on, let's see, one, two, three. This has got to be the fourth pair of Tevas. And I'm walking. Like, y'all know, I walk for real, for real. Oh, shower shoes are a must. They're a must. I've seen people do some really outrageous things in like spas, gyms. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. And you don't want to get cooties on your feet. There's nothing worse. You don't want to be sick abroad. So listen, here's another thing, you all. When I pack my bag, usually I have a whole kit. I have medication for everything. Just in case you get a headache. I have my charcoal tablets in case you get some tummy upset. I have another one that's Loxel in case you get a parasite when you're out. I don't have any of that stuff, y'all. I'm out here flying by the seat of my pants. I have no medicine. I didn't even bring my teeth whitening thing, and I'm gonna be gone for months. Well, not months. I'll be gone for at least a month if I can hang out here with this backpack for a month because I'm not buying any more new luggage. So yes, you need your shower shoes. Get you some Tevas. If you have to pack light, they will double as walking shoes and shower shoes. They dry very quickly. Make sure that you have a little first aid kit. Y'all, I had all my stuff. I had a sewing kit. In my first aid, I have Band-Aids. I have something in case you get a cold, like little TheraFlu packets. I have the charcoal, everything for your tummy. And I usually keep something like a little antifungal and antihistamine in case you have an allergic reaction to something. Those are some basic things to keep in your first aid kit when you're traveling. I'm telling you, it'll save you because the worst thing in the world is to get sick when you're out on the road. It is never at an opportune time. It's usually after hours, early in the morning, after you've eaten something. And who, as a solo traveler, the last thing you want to do is be on the hunt for medicine. But one thing you can do if that happens to you, in a lot of countries, you can have things delivered. Like if they have Grab, I know in Southeast Asia, Grab is prevalent. You can just about order anything from Grab. So you can have them bring the money to, you can have them bring money to you. You can have them bring medicine to you, groceries, cooked food, all of that stuff can be delivered through Grab. You're gonna pay, you're gonna pay more. But if you're not worried about that, then it is certainly worth, it's worth it. So if you're coming to Southeast Asia, download Grab, download Bolt. These are two rideshare apps that are pretty prevalent. Dry, Grab is just about everywhere. Grab is like our Uber. And I'm trying to think, what else would I put on my phone? A currency converter. You got to have that. So let's recap these doggone apps that you need to have on your phone. You definitely need to have Google Translate. You need to, however you booked your accommodations, whatever airline, always use their apps. So I've got booking.com. I have Airbnb, the app on my phone. I have my airline, which is AirAsia. I have that app on my phone. And what do you know? My flight was delayed, and right through my app, it came right to my phone. So I didn't have to guess about what was going on. Rideshare, Grab or Bolt for Southeast Asia. You want to have those. A currency converter, did I say that? Yeah. You want to have all of those apps preloaded onto your phone. Also, there's a feature with Google Translate where you can download the language to the country that you're going to travel to, just in case when you get there, if you don't have internet. If you don't have internet, you want to be able to have that part of your Google Translate working for you anyway. I'm telling y'all, take notes, rewatch this doggone video and write this stuff down. You will save yourself. You will save yourself. And my new toy, which I am loving, I don't know what was going on in Thailand. Get you a wireless hotspot. Save my butt, because here's the time when I needed it. Think about it. I left the airport. When I left the airport, while I was in the airport, I was able to use the free airport Wi Fi. Not the best, not the most secure. You need your own wireless hotspot for two reasons, because you do not want to surf the web on those free open. If you don't need a password to get on there, even if you need a password, those things are not secure. So having a wireless hotspot helped, because as soon as I left the airport, I don't have the SIM card for this new country yet, but I had a wireless hotspot. So I was able to, as soon as I left out the airport, hook up. So that way I had all of the apps that I needed. I was able to make like WhatsApp calls and all of that stuff. I was able to look at my Google Maps to make sure that the man that was driving me around wasn't kidnapping me. Do you all do that? I follow along. I do two things when I'm in a taxi, even though I do trust booking.com, I really do. I still load that ride up and I follow that ride, because just that's a good rule anytime you're in a taxi. I had this happen to me in Spain where the man took me all the long way around to the airport. And I was like, sir, I've been to this airport 100 times. This is not the quickest way to get me. Taxis will try to run up the fare. I don't do taxis either, y'all. I do ride share apps. I want somebody who knows when I got in that thing and when I got out of that thing. When I got in that taxi or that car or that Grab, and when I got out of that. I want to be in touch with the company, and I'm watching the ride myself. Another thing I do if I ever feel anxious is I call my brother. I called my brother and I started recording everything. I started recording too. So I got a picture of whoever this dude is, and my brother gets to talk. My brother is my buddy. My brother gets to talking loud and talking crazy. He talks like he's already here. And he's like, okay, now where are you now? My brother is my buddy. Hey, living my dream. So, ladies, if you're solo traveling, have a man that your brother, your father, your boyfriend, whoever it is, if you're traveling solo, have somebody that when you're in the back of that taxi, if you ever feel any kind of way, and never second guess your gut. If your gut says, I don't know about that, get your brother on the phone. I hope you got a brother like mine. My brother talks just as loud and crazy. He's like, yeah, where you at? I'm like, oh Lord. It scares me sometimes. But the driver can hear it. And then you record everything. So anything goes down, man, it's on my phone. If nothing else, they have your location. Marilyn knows this. I've shared my location too. And it's not that you aren't safe, But once you do this often enough, it becomes second nature. You can still enjoy your travel. You can still, have a good time. But as women, especially if you, I don't do this though. I don't arrive late. I heard somebody say when you're traveling internationally, especially on a long flight, arrive late so that as soon as you get there, you're sleepy and you're ready to go to bed. I don't know if I like that tip for single female solo travelers. I'm not sure about that one. I like to travel first thing in the morning. Traveling first thing in the morning gives you so much leeway. If you miss a flight, like hey Shauna, like if I had followed my own advice and gotten to the airport, I say this one too, international flights, you should get there. I say 3 hours. 3 hours. If you get there 3 hours ahead of time, had I gotten there 3 hours ahead of time, I could have checked on I could have done a whole other, a lot of things. I could have gone back home to pick up things that I realized I didn't have. So always, I like to travel first thing in the morning. I like to get to the airport early. It just makes for a more restful travel experience. If you miss a flight, you give yourself an opportunity for the balance of the day to get rebook a flight. If you're flying at night, those flights become very limited. You could be spending the night overnight in the airport, and I've done that once. I'll never do that again. That's a whole nother story. That was not my planning. I flew standby with a guy I was dating one time, y'all. Oh, Lord Jesus, never again. Oh, when I tell you I was salty, it took a whole lot of margaritas. I'm sure he would have rather just paid for the ticket, baby. Because when I tell you, I was like, you're gonna have to give me some margaritas, sir, because I am not happy sleeping in this doggone airport. What? We slept in the airport. Oh goodness, never. So I don't travel late. Also, when you get to the place, anything can happen. You can get lost. That happened to me in Mexico City. It wasn't even that I got lost, but my Airbnb was located in a very isolated area. I was located on the peripheral of the downtown. It was after 5 o'clock. People were going home. You do not want to travel late. I get it. It helps you regulate your sleep. It helps with jet lag. But I don't know. I'd rather deal with jet lag than be lost and fumbling around in the dark in a foreign country as a single female traveler. So do yourself a favor. Get there earlier. Yeah, I don't like that one, Mimi. I don't think it's wise to go to a place you haven't been. Even a place, I don't even go back to Chiang Mai at night. Because then too, you guys, in some places, your opportunities to get ground transportation, if you haven't prearranged it, those things all start to slow down after dark. And you just don't want that kind of jelly. You don't need that. I spent time 12 hours. It's a mess. It's a horror show because it's uncomfortable unless you go to the lounge. That's when I discovered lounge life, y'all. If you don't know this fact, you're going to learn it today. It is worth it with your credit card or with your travel rewards points for if you use the same airline, like if you use Delta, if you use American, whatever airline. I know Aero Mexico does it. They generally have a lounge. Go to the lounge. Man, y'all already know I don't do gym pop. I don't do gym pop. The only time I do gym pop is if I have less than an hour. Then it's not so bad. With that hour, I'm generally trying to find my gate. I always go up and talk to the gate attendant. I always introduce myself to the gate attendant because if those flights change, and especially this happened to me in Mexico, all this stuff has happened to me. That's how come I can tell you. Well, of course, they're making the announcements in Spanish. The flight changed, the flight gate changed, and they announced it in Spanish. I'm sitting there, toodaloo, toodaloo, minding my business. Because I had introduced myself to the gate agent, she came over and tapped me. She said, "Hey, it's been a gate change. You need to get moving." I had to run. I was one of the last people to get on that plane because my Spanish is good, but it wasn't good enough. You know how they rumble out that message about a gate change with so many other messages? You all know. Introduce yourself as a single traveler. Go up. I don't care if you got your boarding ticket, because by the time you got your passport, your boarding ticket, and everything you need, still go introduce yourself. Go ask a question. Always ask about a seat upgrade too. You be real nice. Ask people. And I've got some seat upgrades too. It's like, can I upgrade this seat? If you're nice to people, they're more likely to be nice to you. So that's why y'all always see me smiling. Who said it? Uh-oh. Baby, that United lounge life. Lounge life is the life. If you are a traveler, I'm sorry. I know that it is starting to, I think they relaxed some of the requirements for you to qualify for the lounge as a perk, but y'all still, because we are no gym pop around here. Hey, Courtney, no, we don't do gym pop. It just, it's not. That's why all the coughing and all that, all that. No, people sleeping, taking off their shoes, and y'all listen. Foreign countries are very different. It is nothing to see somebody with their shoes off, lounging. Oh, it could get real scary out there, y'all. It could get real scary. Hey, Lisa. Um, Jan says, Sandra, I know you were gonna make it. You know I was gonna make it, and you know I'm gonna have a good time. I wouldn't give two hoots. Y'all, short of me breaking a limb, knock on wood, Jesus. Short on me breaking a limb, oh, I come for the party. I came for the party. And as soon as I get off this live, y'all know I already checked out the mall. Let me tell y'all this. I went to the nearest grocery store. It was a rush. That's why I said check your privilege off because the things we take for granted, that grocery store, I was like, oh Lord. Then I found I'm not going to call it the expat grocery store because everybody was in there. Then I found the specialty grocery store yesterday. Lord Jesus, yes. When I tell you I spent a whole hour in that grocery store, they had wine, cheese, they had, y'all ever had the good ham from Spain? What is the good ham? What, oh, Hamon Iberico, that Iberico ham. Oh, Jesus, I got me some of that. I got nuts and just it had all the goodies, all the good stuff. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables. That's another tip to you. If you're traveling to a country where, you know, in the US, there's a whole nother like the standard of living. There's also a standard of food safety and food handling that occurs in the US that may not happen in other places. They may not handle food as safely as we are accustomed to in the US. And I'm gonna leave that there. I travel with this little thing I got in Mexico. It's called back dine, but you put that in the water to decontaminate or to sterilize your vegetables. I've heard people say you can use white vinegar and baking soda. I use that bacudine stuff. A few drops, you let your vegetables soak. Courtney, you know what I'm talking about. You put it's brown, it looks like iodine, but you put it in the water. I always do that. But if I can, like the I'm just gonna call it what it is, y'all. It was a luxury grocery store. When I tell you, I should have took y'all on that tour because that grocery store was special. But they had all the organic vegetables and all of that stuff. But I still even soak and wash even my organic vegetables. You better know it. And Malaysia is, it's that place where you want to handle fresh fruits and vegetables safely. You don't want to just leave it to rinse them and you're good. No, ma'am. You want to make sure that you do something. Find that stuff, that back dine. Usually every place will have something similar to that, or at least do the washing with the white vinegar and the baking soda. Do something. Do not, I tell you, don't be out here eating street food all willy nilly. I don't do it anymore. Mm-mm, mm, I don't do that. Who said it? All the coughing. Oh yeah, we still wear masks. I told y'all about this happened to me again, and I'm gonna make this short because I've given y'all everything I know. I got on, sometimes when I get on Air Asia, it's beautiful. Yesterday or the day before when I got on, the first flight from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, no problem. When I got on that second flight, it's usually those later flights where people have been sitting in the airport for a while. They've had a long layover. When you get on, it could be a little tart. It could be a little tart. This one was a little tart. And then they're serving food, all kind of food. If you're sensitive like me, I don't want to smell all of the different spices because some of it it just doesn't agree with my tummy. So get you a mask, ladies. I've told y'all this before. I travel with paper towel and Kleenex. I also have those little scent bird because you can carry these on a plane. The little scent bird pocket perfume. I squirt it on the tissue. I line my mask with my favorite scent, scented tissue, and then I put my mask on, and it masks the smell of the food. I needed it yesterday because when I tell you, baby, they broke out all of the vegetables. They broke out all of the spices on that flight. I was like, ugh, I really thought I was going to be sick, but I had, oh, I had some Izzy Miyake. So put a Izzy Miyake on the tip, put it in there, and I was able to, kind of make it through. Another thing I do, I told y'all this too. I travel with a sarong. A sarong will get you everywhere. Sarong, you can use it if you like. I don't sit on soft surfaces. It's a chair over here. I throw my sarong on that chair. I don't know who was here before me. I don't know. Might have been. Let me hush. Anyway, take your sarong. I have put my sarong over my head. Yes, Lord. And it's just nice and fresh. Just my little bubble. Because I'm sensitive to smells. And on a 4-hour flight, you don't want to be sick to the tummy. So, oh, who uses the straps? I missed that one. Oh, who said it? I pay for United Lounge, baby. It's nice and comfortable. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, God, yes. But y'all know the best airport I've ever been to in my life is the Doha Airport. Y'all got to go to that Doha Airport. Oh, my goodness. Doha, Doha Airport. I'm talking about it is award winning, real for real awards. They have won awards for this airport. It has an actual train running through indoors, not outdoors, not on the outside, not you don't even have to get wet. It's an indoor train. And when I tell you it is so quiet, I don't know, Elon Musk must have designed it because baby, oh my God, and I know I told y'all about how good the men smell in Doha. So ladies, please go to Doha. Isn't that airport next level, Mimi? And then you gotta go pose by the big old yellow teddy bear. Everybody takes a picture by the big yellow teddy bear. And their lounges, next level, baby, next level. Each one is better than the next. Some of them so exclusive. One of them they wouldn't let me in. I was like, wait a minute. I think you had to be a member or something. They have many levels of, I want to say at least 3 different levels of lounges in that Doha airport. So y'all get there. Yep, disinfectant spray. Y'all know all the good. See, the ladies know. Organic superfood greens, also washed veggies. I say try to get I get mine packaged. What I purchased from the store, they were organic and they were pre-packaged. It says pre-washed and ready to eat. But even when they say that, I still run it through that Bactine stuff. Disinfectant spray for the mattresses and sofas. I didn't have my spray. I'll have to get some. I brought my disinfectant wipes, though. You could bet that. I don't do. Have y'all seen that video of the lady who comes in with her whole cleaning kit? She has a little portable mop. I'm not doing all of that. That's a lot. But I do make sure I have those disinfectant wipes. I'm wiping down the remote. I'm wiping down all the door handles. The surfaces where I'm going to be eating. That I do. I made sure I had that. Um, well, on this note, and this is the last thing, I promise you, this is the last thing I'll say. Has anybody, please tell me I'm not the only one. Did anybody see on YouTube, because it's all over social media, the young lady from Louisiana who sold all her stuff, young girl too, broke my heart, sold all of her stuff and got a one-way ticket to Japan, sight unseen, no research, by the time she got there, limited funds, a one-way ticket to Japan. Do y'all know how expensive Japan is? She lasted 1 day. This is what not to do. She lasted 1 day in Japan. Then she booked from Japan, she booked a ticket she might have came to Chiang Mai. I know she came to Thailand. Thailand is a little cheaper, and Thailand's got good weather. So she landed there. You all, that girl was down to her last $7. She wound up in Pattaya on the beach. The girl was sleeping on the beach. She tells her own story. I think she ran into a brother in either Phuket or Pattaya. I want to say Pattaya, and he helped her out. People were buying and paying for her to eat and sleep. Man, that is on the opposite end of the spectrum. I am on this end of the spectrum. I am on the over plan, over prepare, because there's really no such thing It's over planning and over preparing. There's no such thing. Yes, when I tell y'all the girl, look it up. It's all over social media. Just Google the black girl who was homeless. She wound up homeless in Thailand. Google it. And people were telling her before she left, this is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. So she, look, she was on, I'm gonna tell y'all what she was thinking. She was messing around with all you manifesting girlies. Y'all know how we always talk about I manifested this, I manifested this. We are manifesting, and some of us are manifesting in real time. But you know what else we're doing? We're planning. Nobody talks about that. I talk about manifesting all the time. Yes, I have manifested the life of my dreams. But people don't talk about the planning. Nobody talks about the hours of research that went into coming to Malaysia. You got to know the laws. This girl came sight unseen. It was heartbreaking to watch her story. It was heartbreaking, but I want to say that it had a good outcome because she linked up with the brothers and sisters of Patia, I think, and they helped her out. Y'all, she was coming out to be a content creator. We must tell the whole story. That's why I come on here. People say if Sandra makes a mistake, she's going to tell you about it, and I'm going to tell you how not to do it. That happened. That happened. There were people that helped her. Very scary. And she's young. I mean, I want to say not like 20, no, might be in her 20s or 30s. Very young. Yes, it was tough. You cannot, I think I have a responsibility to tell anybody who tunes in here the truth. Yes, I do say that I have manifested the life of my dream. I have. But do y'all know that the life of my dream still comes with kinks? It's still, the days are not perfect here. Child, ain't no unicorns and lollipops and lip gloss every day. That's not my everyday. I have challenges on the road. I have, luckily, I've landed in some very soft places. But y'all, I told y'all go back and watch that video when I was leaving Playa. I was working so hard in Playa, y'all. I forgot to pay my light bill. My lights got cut off in Playa. I had to scramble to figure out how to do that. So life it's not this panacea. Travel is not a panacea. Travel is not going to heal your broken heart. Travel is not going to heal your mental health. It's not. As a matter of fact, it'll exacerbate those things because every day is a challenge. You're in a new space. You are sometimes at a language disadvantage. The learning curve is steep. And so this poor girl, you know, I want to say that it worked out. Chanel says, on one hand, we should plan. On the other hand, I hope she can sell the rights to Disney or something. Girl, she's got a story. I want to say she went viral. Y'all, I can't believe y'all haven't heard this. She went viral. I don't know how her YouTube channel is doing, but see, people have the wrong idea about YouTube too. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many videos you got to make? Do you know how many subscribers you have to make YouTube pay you? Maybe you got to be Stephanie Perry and Rashida Dow for YouTube to pay you to live. And then they still do other things to generate income. They aren't just living off of their YouTube income. They have businesses, legit businesses. Take it from me. I'm still trying to crack. I'm just barely over $200 on my YouTube channel, and I'm over a year in. That is a fantasy that you will become a content creator and be able to live off of your content initially. Can you get there? Yes. Can you grow your channel to that? Yes, you absolutely can. But it's really a unicorn if you just come right out the gate and you go viral and now you got enough followers to pay you to sustain your life. It's not that's not how it works. That's not how the world works. Oh, she was thinking every country is cheaper than the US. No, baby, not Japan. Why I'm gonna run through Japan. I'm running through Japan and China because there's some cultural things there too. I hear it's beautiful. And y'all, it gets cold there. You should know these things. I know these things because I did the research. That's why they're gonna be last on my list. I'm gonna circle back to those on my way out. I'm gonna hit the Philippines for sure because I gotta see that. And then I'll hit Japan and China on my way when I'm heading back west. Tanya says, that's right, Tanya. I'm planning and manifesting too. Yes, you can just manifest. That's like putting your bills in the Bible and expecting Jesus. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen for all the believers, but trust me, you need to be moving your feet too. I think God honors our work. He honors our work. It's just disrespectful to be like, God, I'm gonna lay over here on the couch while you work it all out for me. I'm not saying he can't work it out because Jesus can work it out, but I'm not gonna be waiting on that alone. I have a woman of faith, but I'm also a woman with a plan. She will definitely. Oh, she got some content, girl. She got the content. Please, y'all go find her. I Googled it just the other day. Just put in your browser. You can do it right now. Black girl goes to Japan and winds up homeless in Thailand. No, it's not lollipop lip gloss or unicorns out here. That's not it. That's not it. I'm trying to think. Not willy-nilly. I'm halfway through my travel research to the letter. Yes, because it's 62. Say it, say it. I'm not about to be nobody's willy-nilly, no ma'am. I think that for sure, for me, I feel the same way you feel, Sparkling Jewel. I'm too old for those kind of games. What? My kids would flip out. If my kids thought I was out here all willy-nilly like that, they would be like, you know what? Get your butt back home. Because you just out here acting a fool. No, no. Now, I will say something about young people, being adventurous and taking a chance and believing in yourself. Those are all good things. But that was dangerous. There's a reason why many countries they want to know, do you have a return ticket? And some will even require you. I want to say it's Belize. Some countries are starting to ask, do you have a certain amount of money in the bank? Because they don't want that. They don't want you coming there getting stranded. They don't want you coming there getting sick and you can't afford it. Y'all, everybody knows get your travel insurance. Even if it's just the insurance that the airline offers, have something in place. Um, I paid $1 billion for a Japanese tasting menu. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Chanel, Japan is expensive. I was looking at accommodations, and I'm talking about something teeny tiny. It's the most expensive of anything I've traveled to. Every place else in Southeast Asia has really been reasonable. Surprisingly, Cambodia, the accommodations there, they were nice. I stayed in a nice place. That was a little more than I was expecting. Every place else in Southeast Asia has been very reasonable. Y'all, let me tell you this one. Look, Malaysia, you see this is the norm. When I tell you, you don't see a lot of single family homes, I'll spin around one more time. There are lots of high rises. This is high rise living. Baby, y'all need to get to Malaysia. It's nice high rise living too. I seriously started looking at apartments because I could see myself spending whatever the max amount of time I could work out in Malaysia. And they're reasonably priced. Google it. Look, I looked at this one place. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. It was one city something. Let me see. Y'all, for $800, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, fully furnished with a view. I'm talking about beautiful, beautiful in the heart of the where I went to the luxury grocery store. There's an apartment building. There are beautiful apartment buildings all the way around. You could do worse than Malaysia. I would say, in terms of standard of living and accommodation, I think Malaysia kind of tops Shanghai for sure. And I'm talking dollar for dollar, what you get for your money, because you can get a great apartment in Bangkok too. Beautiful high rise. I'm sure you can get a one bedroom, maybe even a two for $1,000. It's going to cost you a little bit more in Bangkok, but in Malaysia, ain't my internet connection good here? Ah, we haven't dropped one time, y'all. It's been so freeing. That was so frustrating for me. That was I wasn't having fun on the internet with that janky internet. You said it, Shauna. Japan has always been expensive. It's on my bucket list, but it's on my way out. I do want to get to China because how do you come to Asia and you don't see the Great Wall of China? The Great Wall of China. I gotta do that. This is my son. He says Japan is one of the most expensive places to travel, especially when living on a prayer. She couldn't have picked a worse country. Y'all, she could have picked anywhere. She could have gone to the Philippines. She could have gone, where else is Bali is very forgiving too. You can get a great place in Bali. The least expensive accommodations I've ever had since I've been out here were in Bali that were doable. And I spent $25 a night for a little villa. It was cute, cute, cute. One of them that was right across the way, y'all watch that video. One that was right across the way was a few dollars cheaper. It was horrible. It was horrible. I'm talking on the same property. It was that traditional thatched roof thing. Oh no, no, thank you. I'm gonna need floors and walls and showers and stuff. I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, everything is Malaysia, I want to say dollar for dollar is more cost effective and cost friendly than some of the other neighboring countries. And when I tell you all the apartments, it's gorgeous. It is, I was really blown away. I'm talking about balconies. Everybody's got these big, beautiful windows. They really do take advantage of. You've got the sea, you've got mountains. I swear this is a, I could sit here all day. You turn this way, you see the sea, and it's some mountains and some island off on that side. I don't even know what it is. And on this side, it's nothing but green mountains and just beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm telling y'all, Malaysia, put it on your list. And the food, you all, is so reasonable. I did make one faux pas. I went since I was at the grocery store across the street, not the good grocery store. It's in a mall. I ate some mall food. Go to the hawker stands. Go to where the mom and pop are really cooking. That food was just not good. It was just not good. It was not good. I have nothing else to say about that. It was just not good. And that's it. That's it. I believe, yeah, Malaysia is very reasonably priced. I'm headed to, after I leave Penang, two travel sisters are meeting me here. Do you all know Queen of DC? Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to tell that. She's coming. She may even be here already. But there, anyway, I'm meeting up with two travel sisters. Another travel sister that I met from the States. She's in Chiang Mai now. She should be coming either today or tomorrow. She should be here by the 25th. So the three of us are going to hook up and we're going to Georgetown to do some sightseeing. So I got to get on sightseeing. I got to start planning, like some stuff for us since I'm already here. There's a drone flying outside this window. What's that bird? So yes, Malaysia, put it on your list. I can tell you one you can leave off your list. Y'all can, I think you could, well, you could do a drive by. You could do a speed by Cambodia. Go see Angkor Wat. Go see the Killing Fields. But you don't need to spend a lot of time in Cambodia. Cambodia, I heard the same thing about Laos too. It's beautiful, but it's not really, not a showstopper. Do get to Vietnam. Vietnam has topped my list. So here are my, and I'm wrapping it up. This is my reworked list of favorite countries I have been or favorite places. And I'm sorry, but Spain is always going to be my number one. Spain has everything. It has the food. It has the sea. It has the mountains. It's got the palm trees. It's got the wine. And if you speak Spanish, oh my gosh, it may not be the most reasonably priced, but in terms of quality of life, I think it's a great balance for us coming from the Western world, that it's not too big a culture shock. Barcelona, Valencia, I even loved Alicante. That's my number one. The south of Spain is my number one. Madrid is too cold, I'm not going. But the south of Spain on the Mediterranean Sea, Jesus keep me near the cross. That fresh food, fresh seafood, fresh vegetables. It's the best I ever ate. It was the best for walking. I was the healthiest and it was my first time out internationally, so I felt a little isolated. But now that my Spanish is better, I could go back there now, man. I could make that. I'm still gonna hit that on the way back. My second is Vietnam. My second favorite country is Vietnam. Hanoi, Da Nang, Hoi An, Ha Long Bay. When I tell you beautiful, oh my God. I'm going back. I don't like to go back to countries that, if I did it once and it was okay, I would go back. The ones I'm telling you are the countries I would go back to over and over again. Go to Vietnam, reasonably priced, good food. The only thing about Vietnam is that it's a lot of noodles, a lot of rice, but the food is still tasty, very good. But no place beats Spain for food. And then Mexico, y'all know I love Mexico City. Mexico is always going to be on my list too because you get everything in Mexico. You get beaches, you get mountains, you get city life, and the food is just, hey, who don't love a good taco? Mexico is my third. And y'all know what? I think Malaysia's gonna be my fourth. I like Malaysia. Hey, Alicia, I think I could do Malaysia because of the quality of life, because of the I'm telling y'all, man, that grocery store blew me away. You got malls. It's beautiful. And Penang is an island. So I haven't spent any quality time in Kuala Lumpur, but I'll report back when I get to Kuala Lumpur. You know, Kuala Lumpur is more city. I'm a city girl, but it doesn't have to be New York City for me. So I'm telling y'all, Penang, get to Penang. You got beaches, you got mountains, you got palm trees, you got beautiful skyscraper, modern apartments, beautiful shopping malls. Just, I mean, if you like that kind of thing, if you like something else, then this might not be the trip for you. Oh, I love GDL. I do. But okay, you asked me, okay, if I had to pick one city, Mexico City, because of the parks and the museums. GDL, yes. I like GDL better. Y'all, this is gonna break some hearts. I like GDL better than I like Playa. Because Playa, after you do the beach and the rooftops and you eat all the tacos, I was missing the museums and the parks. And the only thing about GDL is like a smaller Mexico City. And so if I had to pick one, and I'm gonna tell you this too, the air quality. GDL, the only reason Guadalajara, when we say GDL, we're talking about Guadalajara, is the air quality in Guadalajara, y'all. Chiang Mai for the same reason. I love Chiang Mai. But when burn season comes, with GDL, you look up that air quality. First of all, Mexico City's air quality can be sketchy. GDL's air quality is worse than Mexico City. You know, I checked it out because I was trying to, I wanted to compare. So if I had to pick one, I'm going to have to go back to Mexico City because y'all know I love Polanco. If you've been to Mexico City has the most beautiful little colonias. Roma Norte, that's one of my favorites. Forgot the other one. And Polanco. Polanco, you know the ones I love because those are the ones I remember. Roma Norte and Polanco, that's the stuff. There's some other ones that are really cute, but it's walkable. Mexico City has one of the biggest, most wonderful open air markets. It's covered though. But anyway, Alba took me there. Flowers could fill, oh my God, just the flowers. So, yes, I love GDL. I love GDL because of the people that are there. The food was good, mariachi, it's friendly, and it's authentically Mexican. GDL is authentically Mexican. If you want an authentic Mexico experience, go to GDL. But long term, that air quality, every day I had to wipe the dust. And when I would sweep, you would see, big particles. You're breathing that stuff in. That was the one thing that kind of made me say, I don't know about long term, but they got beautiful malls and all that stuff there too. So, okay, you're right. GDL gets an honorable mention, but if you got asthma or anything like that, you want to think about that. I have to tell the truth. Let's see. Mimi says, I haven't been to Mexico, but I get the impression it is. Well, I will tell you this. PDC, Playa del Carmen, is an easy transition. It was the first place I went. If you are looking to travel internationally and you want no culture shock, because you can still spend US money there. You can get everything you need in PDC. Everybody speaks English. You don't even have to have Spanish. The only thing about it is they still have the taxi mafia. You're gonna pay. I don't like that. I don't like being treated like a tourist. Didn't like about PDC. You are in a tourist town and you still get treated like a tourist. You're going to pay. Isn't Roma Norte good? Y'all don't make me get in this chat. Yeah, yeah. PDC is a great city in Mexico, but it's small. There are no libraries, there are no museums. If you want anything cultural, you got the Mayan ruins, you got that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, it doesn't take long to see. It doesn't take long to see it all. And so after a year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need something else. I'm gonna need something to entertain me on these weekends. I done been to all the rooftops. I done drank all the tequila. I done did everything y'all got to do here. I done seen all the spas. It took me about a year. And so, yeah, if you want a full Mexican experience, definitely hit Guadalajara because it's manageable. But then don't skip Mexico City. Please do not, by any means, do not skip Mexico City. Alicia, isn't that that taxi mafia is real. You will pay. And let me tell you when they will really stick it to you. Holidays, like New Year's Eve. Oh, I was in a taxi with three other people, not my friends, three other people that the man picked up along the way. And we all paid $25. What? What? They made a killing. And there's nothing you can do about it because there is no ride share. Buses stop running after a certain time of night, and so that's a real consideration. I did not enjoy that part. I did not. We still need to address the Mexico City trip. I'm telling y'all, Mexico City is the stuff. For me, Mexico City and Barcelona are on par. The only thing is Mexico City is landlocked. Barcelona gives you the Mediterranean Sea, the mountains. You get all of that stuff. Mexico City, though, baby, if you love a park, if you love good food, street food is everywhere. You walk 10 feet, there's somebody selling. I'm not talking about just no any food. I'm talking about the most delicious taco you ever had in your life. The most delicious food. You go 10 more feet. Somebody is selling something even more delicious than you just ate 10 feet back. It's, it's going to always be in my top three. Barcelona, Mexico City, Vietnam, and now Malaysia. Those are always going to be those. That's it for me. That's it. But Alicia knows she was there in PDC. All the PDC girls know you do not want to get caught out after dark in that element too. And it's walkable. The sidewalks are a piece of, y'all, PDC is where you go for 6 months. You go and enjoy that beach and enjoy the spa, get you a little villa, and you live on a beautiful Mexican beach. Or you go to a beautiful Mexican mountain town. San Cristobal, very reasonably priced. Y'all go to San Cristobal de la Casas. That's the name of the city. It's a mountain town in southern Mexico. It's almost near Guatemala. You could practically walk to Guatemala from San Cristobal. That's an authentic Mexican experience as well. That was an authentic Mexican experience. Great food, very reasonably priced. But baby, you better have some Spanish. You you better have some Spanish under your belt. And the people were nice. There's also an element of the occult there people don't talk about. This is the stuff. Y'all know how we did Money After Dark, where we talked about topics that your financial advisor might not want to talk about, or you might not want to talk about. I'm doing a travel after dark because I want to tell y'all some real truths. Because I ran into some stuff in San Cristobal. I don't even speak of. I don't even speak of. Yeah, it got a little dicey in San Cristobal. There are two elements there. They're called and they're drugs. They're drugs. I didn't know Spain was on. It's EST. It's European Standard Time. It's not Eastern Standard Time. No, 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 Courtney. It's not Eastern Standard Time. EST in that case means European Standard Time. Yeah. I want to say they are 7 or 8 hours ahead of Central Time. It's not the yeah. It's 6 hours different. Yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's not Eastern. And at a certain time of the year on the East Coast, New York and all of that, they go to Eastern Standard Time. But that's not the same EST as in Europe. That's European Standard Time. I got that mixed up too. Nope, nope. You still, nope. It won't. I thought about it too for trading. It's still the hours are wonky. To be honest with you, if I could work it, actually being opposite, exactly opposite. I am in Chiang Mai. I'm exactly opposite Eastern Standard Time. So when it's 9:30 in the morning, when the market opens there, it's 9:30 at night. That was kind of workable. I don't know. Because the other is either you're going to be in the middle of the day. I don't know. That time thing is always going to be, oh, I wish I could see. You know, I got ADHD, right? I wish I could see this beautiful bird. It's a pigeon. but he's a beautiful pigeon. Just sitting out here on the ledge. Y'all know I got ADHD and CPTSD and a whole bunch of other things going on in this brain. This brain is 60 years old. Don't never doubt that. That it could work, Courtney. It really could. I'm trying to think. It's better than being like, 11 hours off because that's definitely a consideration. I'm here for it. Travel after dark. I'm telling y'all, because I can't say everything. You're not a good guest. You want to be a good guest. You want people, and I'm telling you, everywhere I go, you make friends. We talked about that too. Everywhere you go, you need to have a local friend. It usually starts with whoever arranges your accommodations. Like if you're at the hotel, you want to befriend somebody there. If you are staying at an Airbnb, you want to be, good to your host. I usually I'll leave flowers. If my host treats me really well, I'll leave flowers if it's a woman, or definitely a great review. But you want to make sure that you make friends. Well, but when you make friends, you can't leave that country and then trash off the country. So I'm gonna have to take this behind the paywall, y'all. I'm gonna have to take this out art where we can at least do Patreon or something. And I don't know. I just want to tell y'all some real things too. I tell you the truth out here, but there's some things like I could say a whole lot of stuff about some things that went down in Mexico, but I got friends there, and I wanna keep my friends there. Why won't these US remote jobs let us work from anywhere already? I don't know. It's about controlling. It's about, in particular, they love to control a melanated body. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? They love a melanated body. See, there's another endorsement for Tivas. Maryland, that's because I'm sitting in front of this big old beautiful view. Let me spin this view around for y'all one more time. I swear to you. I don't know if you can see it, but to that side, there are the mountains. And if I keep spinning around, can you all see the ocean? And there's some island back over there, some landmass, there's some more mountains over there. And then these are these big luxury apartments. I'm telling y'all. I don't think they even call them luxury apartments. It's just how they're living. The, and it's a bunch of them. So these are not just for tourists. These are not just expat dwellings. These people are living, they living pretty nice from all I can tell. Because this building is 38 stories. Every building around me is 38, 40 stories. And it's got to be 10, 20 apartments on each floor. So these are not, Alicia, I'm telling you, it's beautiful. I sit here in the window and just do this. It has been the best thing for detoxing. Sometimes I think I have the kind of life that I don't need a vacation from, but sometimes you just want to shake it up. I just, I sit here in this window. I swear to you, the ceilings, they gotta be 12 feet. It's just it's just big. And the sun pours in the daytime. At night, you get, wait a minute, y'all. I woke up because I've been sleeping on the couch with one eye, and that moon was, oh my God, the moon was just hanging up. It's beautiful. Come to Malaysia. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my commercial. That's my commercial for Malaysia. Let's see who else. Oh, can I show that? Tiva has a website. Yes. Get your Tivas, y'all. I'm telling you, you can thank me later. Thank the ladies in the chat. They're telling you exactly what to do. And there are two models now. If you like, I'm not clumsy anymore, but I used to be very clumsy. Clumsy is really just you're not mindful. They have the really thin one, and you won't trip as much. They also have some that are a little thicker. So the foam sole is about this thick. I prefer those now because they give you that extra cushion. My feet never hurt. I don't have any, y'all never hear me complaining about my feet hurting or my back hurting or any of that stuff. And I walk everywhere and I walk everywhere in those Tevas. Your Tevas can also double as shower shoes and beach shoes, everything, rock climbing shoes. They not well, not maybe not dusty rock climbing, but if you're in some water, they can double for that too. Tanya, I would not steer you wrong. Y'all don't hear me talking about going to Cambodia. You don't hear me telling you to go. I'm telling y'all what you don't hear. Some people love Bali, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. In my estimation, Bali's overrated. Everybody wants to show you the bubble bath and the. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Tasha said the same thing. Y'all go watch Tasha Journeys. She did a video on Bali too. I just think if you love nature and if you're into yoga and you love, granola. I'm not a granola cruncher. That's not my thing. I'm not one of them. I like yoga. I like flower baths. I like water, but it's kind of like after that Bali did not stick to me. It was too much nature. That's where the bird got into my place, monkey got in, the geckos got in. We're not going to discuss the ants and the bugs of it all. But I will tell you this Bali has the best coffee I ever had in my life. That's where I learned I can drink black coffee. I can't drink anybody else's black coffee. Bali has, if you are a coffee lover, now their coffee culture, everybody in Southeast Asia, coffee culture is just the thing every place I've been, Vietnam. I don't know about Cambodia because I was being careful in Cambodia. But Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Bali, coffee culture, you're gonna find it in a coffee shop on every corner. But I swear to you, I'm a coffee connoisseur. Bali coffee is the best coffee I ever drank in my life. And there was a little lady who used to make my coffee for me when I stayed in I had every morning. I didn't care about the breakfast. I would just say, please make me a pot of coffee. I'm telling you, if you ask people things nicely, they'll give it to you. She would make me coffee, I mean, throughout the day, y'all. I would just be drinking this coffee. You could drink it with nothing, no sugar, no cream, nothing. That's some good coffee. But it's different because they grind that coffee bean so fine. They don't strain it. You know how we use a filter? They don't do that. They use just a coffee grind, you scoop it, not instant coffee. I'm talking about coffee grinds that they ground so finely. They put it in your cup or a pot. They had a little percolator pot for me. And hot water over that, man. And when you get down to the bottom, you get all this sediment. But man, if you don't mind chewing your coffee on the end, I did not mind. That was some delicious coffee. I do the same. Ubers and taxis. Also, I'm getting into the vehicle, make sure the driver hears me say, "Yes, who is this? Yes, 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 yes. I do all of this, especially if I do that in daytime. I'm telling you, have somebody, your brother, your father, your boyfriend, I don't care, any man, have, I put my brother on speaker. My brother pretends like he's there. He'll say anything I tell him to say. He talks real reckless too. My brother does not play about me. And we talk the whole time and I describe everything. I make sure that driver knows I'm recording the whole thing. Oh, it's gonna take some. And Maryland when I was in Bali, we turned off on the road one time. It got dicey. I was dropping my coordinates. I was like, Maryland, just in case. You can do that um, in a lot of different apps. I know you can do it in WhatsApp. Drop your location, and then yeah, you want to be prudent. I don't think anybody is out here snatching up 60-year-old black women. Cause honey, I got some legs and some thighs. It's gonna take you and a buddy. If you're trying to stuff me in anything, it's gonna take you and a couple friends. Sister, I've been eating. It's gonna take some, but it's not unheard of. Or for people to try to take advantage of you. More likely than not, what happens is people will try to give you the runaround. I've had that happen. I told you it happened to me in Spain where the man took the long route. Sir, I've gone to this airport 20 times. This is not the way to go. It took me way up in the mountains too, y'all. I was like, not up in the mountain, but it was hilly. It was not the way to the airport. So you want to exercise some caution and be careful. Yes, yeah. But be careful when there's nobody on the phone because y'all know a phone call. Make sure your ringer's off so a phone call don't come through and they call you. See, Tim, when I tell you that Bali coffee is yummy, is that what you're talking about? Y'all, when you go to Bali, if you're a coffee drinker, not only do they have delicious coffee, I did a tea tasting too. Ooh, they coffee culture, coffee and tea. Two top places for coffee and tea, Bali and Vietnam. Vietnam's got good coffee too. Vietnam's got this thing called egg coffee, where during the war there was a shortage of milk, and so they had to get creative. And what the ladies, I'm sure, or whoever did it, they whipped up egg. And you know, if you whip up egg, it's frothy and it has a very luxurious texture, mouth. So they whip that up with, I want to say condensed milk or sweetened condensed milk. That's how they do it now. Um, and it's a different experience, but it feels like you ever had coffee at Starbucks, you get the heavy cream, Starbucks will, I forgot what they call it, Breva. If you get your coffee Breva, it's a heavy cream and it's velvety, baby. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, Sean, it's gonna take him and a couple friends. Oh, and I'm leaving all kind of DNA evidence, y'all. I'm too old for the game, and I got grandbabies to get back home. So oh yeah, it's gonna be a fight. I'm gonna leave some fingernails. I'm gonna leave all kind of stuff behind. I might leave a ponytail. Oh, you gonna need a cleanup crew and a couple friends. You come over here messing with me. I'm not here for it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Y'all know this is how I talk all the time. I have to do something to entertain myself. This is how I talk. This comes from being a teacher. You got to do something to entertain the kids. You can't just be in there all dry all day. I had the best time in my classroom. We told all kind of jokes. What? I got the best third grade jokes ever. Y'all, dad jokes ain't got nothing on me. Those kids will keep you young. And so the kids kept it. That's how you have to be. That's how I was able to survive 30 years in a classroom because we had fun. We got work done, but we had a fair amount of fun. We told a fair amount of jokes, y'all. Well, ladies, I don't know if y'all need anything else from me. I think I done told y'all everything. We're going to be moving from this location to Georgetown, and Georgetown is the really touristy area, so stay tuned for that. If I go back to that luxury grocery store, I'm gonna have to take y'all. The only thing about it is that the time is so crazy. The time difference is so crazy. So I don't know. We'll work it out. But I'm gonna get out of here. Shoot, I ain't get all dolled up to just sit here. I'm going outside today. I'm gonna call the guy who picked me up from the airport. He's going to show me around town today. Look, Sandra need a husband. Sandra need a travel mate who can carry these heavy bags, and so Sandra don't have to worry about all the details. I'm telling y'all, travel is wonderful. It's a beautiful lifestyle. It is. I think everybody should experience it. You should create your own itinerary. There's nothing like traveling with no place to go. I'm telling you, if you can swing that, try it. Where you just book and you don't have an end date. It is the most relaxing thing in the world. If you can relax into it, that you will be okay without the time frame of, oh, we got to do this, this, and that. It's so beautiful. I encourage you all, get out into the world, smile, be nice. If you're nice to people, I promise you, it has been my experience. The world is really a good place. There are bad people everywhere. We know it's crazy folks everywhere. But for the most part, I've had just really great experiences. So I hope you found something that you can use today. I hope y'all know to double check and triple check all y'all travel arrangements. Get you a travel scale. Download those apps. Download the language so that in case you don't have internet, you can still use your Google Translate. Get you a Wi-Fi hotspot. I'm telling you, life-changing events and travel with your international adapter. That's it for today, y'all. I so appreciate my friends and my family for stopping by today. Y'all stay tuned because listen, and this is the last one. I'm out of here on this note. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this one more time. If you are not in the stock market, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Let me look. Nvidia's over $800 a share. It broke 800. Y'all see it? $806.72. That wasn't even the high. Stop it. It got up to $810 a share. I told you. bought it at five something. Ladies, okay, I'm gonna make this pitch one more time. I am trying to enroll 1,000 Black women into the stock market. What we do over here for Black to Legacy, not only do I travel, y'all know what I really do. I want you to invest. We help you open up a Charles Schwab brokerage account. We help you set up your investing trading platform. You do this yourself. I don't use a broker. I'm not paying anybody. I pay 65 cents for a transaction. I'm not paying anybody to help me manage this money. We can do this. Then we give you a 4-week class in introduction to the stock market. And then you become a part of this wonderful, loving, supportive community. And we don't really let anybody go. Once you become a part of the community, it's just us. And we talk money. Nobody gatekeeps. CTIM is in here. CTIM is teaching credit spreads. Yvette is in the chat. Yvette will help you set up I get you set up. But if you want to take your trading platform to the next level, I'm telling y'all, Yvette is the trading platform master. These are women who sit with us every week. You have this at your disposal. Check at the top of the chat. There's a link. Sign up. I'm telling you, it's for the investment. I done made that money back. I can't tell you how many times. I cannot tell you. And I only had 3 shares. This thing shot up $100, $110 overnight. Overnight. That was a quick $330. I don't have to do anything for. That pays my rent in rent paid. I've done investing on stock. So we're focusing on getting folks into good ETFs, solid investments. We don't do penny stocks. We don't do risky things. We do tried and true. We teach you how to evaluate your own stocks for yourself. You ain't got to take my word for it. Don't take nobody's word on the internet. I don't care who it is. I don't care who they are. I love Chris Sain, but I check behind everything he says. I love Oliver Velez, but I check everything that dude says. But when you get with this community, it's not just me. It's all of the ladies collectively that share. So if you're not in the stock market, y'all, please, I don't care if you do it with me, if you do it with somebody else, get into the market is rallying. I'm about to go watch this money. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here for a minute. I'm gonna watch this money. It got up to $810. I gotta go check and see. And I'm going to hold on to it because if it's up to 800, y'all, 10 years from now, who knows? I think it's probably gonna double. It'll double. It has doubled. It was this time last year, Nvidia was trading at 100 and some dollars a share, $200 a share. If y'all don't believe me, no, I didn't sell my Nvidia. Girl, no. Elle said, did you sell Nvidia? No, ma'am. I held on to my Nvidia. I'm still holding on to it. No, because I was listening and somebody was saying that it was going to crack 800. And so I just kept watching the chart and sure enough, it cracked 800 this morning. So get started on your trading journeys, ladies. Even if you're not trading options, you need to be investing, and it doesn't take a lot. We choose Charles Schwab because you can buy what are called slices. You don't have to even buy a whole share. Nvidia is expensive now. You can still get in on it. You can buy $10 at a time. Well, I have to check that. Yeah, you can. With the stock, you can buy slices, which means remember back in the day when you used to be able to buy your grandma take you to the store and you can buy bologna, you get $1 worth of bologna and $1 worth of cheese and get a bag, get some white bread and some Wonder Bread. Y'all don't know that struggle. I do. It's the same way with stocks. You can go and get $10 worth. You literally can go and buy $20 worth of stock. It doesn't matter if that stock you invest $20 and it goes up 20%. Where else is your money earning? Where else is your $20 earning 20%? I just want you to answer that. Riddle me this. Nowhere. Nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. So hit that link, sign up for the class, and I promise you, in 4 weeks, you will have enough money to talk enough money. You'll have enough knowledge to talk intelligently about ETFs at least. Now, we're not talking about options trading. That's going to take a little more skill and a little more time. But y'all see my sister CTIM because she's teaching credit spreads. The credit spreads are so much easier than buying naked calls and puts. But we'll talk about that another day. Yep, I'm going to let NVIDIA ride. And on that note, y'all, I'm about to ride out. All right, ladies and gents. I love y'all. I will talk to everybody soon. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you to my dear son who's in the chat moderating. Thank you all. See you, ladies and gents. Bye, y'all. I'm gonna have some fun now. Bye. Start investing. That's my final word.